42. Saying, and half my life I've been in jail. I've been being told what to do, having to rely on people to send money for commissary. Or, you know what I'm saying? So this the second part of my life.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Beneficial.
It's your boy Trendy One.
And we're going to welcome y'all to the Brothers Progress podcast, where we're going to chop it up and build what y'all talking about, a lot of different things. So this is the first episode, so we just going to ask each other questions so y'all can get a chance to really know us a little bit better. And we're just going to build from there.
So I'm going to give you a brief background on my history. I was incarcerated for a total of about 20 years. You know, I came home and, you know, I was just tired of that cycle. So, you know, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to live, you know. We'll get into that a little later on, but it's on you.
And a little bit about me. I mean, some of y'all probably already know me from YouTube. I go by the name of Beneficial. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified nutritionist. And I'm also a professional bodybuilder. But my fitness journey, it also started from when I was incarcerated. I did about 4 years in prison. That one bed is all I really needed. You know what I mean? I came home. I figured out what it was going to take me to stay focused, to stay home. And I got right to it.
Focus. So I want to start by asking, what is the driving force behind your focus and determination?
The driving for me, basically, is you really got to have a why. Like, why you doing what you do. You know what I mean? And the reason why, man, is because we all know motivation is like a roller coaster. It goes up and down. That shit ain't gonna never stay up. So if you're trying to rely on motivation, you're gonna be fucked up. So you gotta have a why. And my why is that I always think like, man, I know one day my kids is not gonna have me here. You know what I mean? So I wanna do my best to put them in position to when I'm not here, they be able to sustain and provide. You know what I mean? I know that I can't try to do it all, but as long as I'm here, I feel like my job, it should put them in a better position so when I'm not here.
Word.
So that's my why.
Sure.
And you got something else you gonna say?
Nah, go ahead, finish.
And you know, that's it really. Cause I feel like what the fuck was my purpose here if I can't put them in position, or if I can't provide them with like a head start, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm 38 years old. My kids, one is 5 and one is 8. By the time they become adult,
you got a third one.
Third one as well. He's 20. By the time they become an adult, I feel like I gotta have something laid out for them. You know what I mean? Like, not saying like they can have it all, but they should have something that's gonna get them started in the race. They shouldn't have to start from scratch. Yeah. So that's my why.
Being that you put it like that, a why. My why is I got tired of the cycle of insanity. They say you do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's like you're insane. I got tired of trying to do everything the easy way and fast money, fast this, fast that, and ultimately that led me in jail. And I just got tired of, you don't want nobody telling you what to do, how to do it, when to do, why. You know what I'm saying? So this time around, I guess you could say I asked myself the why. You know what I'm saying? And the why is I want to see what my full potential is. I want to see what my path is, what my greatness is. And because everybody got dreams, but the decisions we make in life can stagnate our dreams. And I'm done with the stagnation. I don't. So I haven't lived. I want to live. I want to enjoy things. I want to watch it go on and on. You know what I'm saying? I want kids. I don't have no kids. I want to be married. I want a house. I want, you know what I'm saying? I want the regular things. It's crazy to say, but I want the regular life struggles. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to put up with that behind the walls. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no responsibilities. Ain't no license, no bank account, no nothing. You know what I mean? So that was my why. And also my family. I was getting tired of getting older in jail and just watching my family I'm watching them grow through a visit or pictures. You know what I'm saying? So that was my driving force, my why. You know what I'm saying? Just being tired. Tired of it. I'm 40, I'm 42. You know what I'm saying? And half my life I've been in jail. I've been being told what to do. Having to rely on people to send money for commissary. You know what I'm saying? So this the second part of my life. Second, I'ma say it ain't the final chapter. It's probably like the second or the third chapter, because the going rate for age is about 75, 80. You know what I'm saying? I'm 42, so I'm saying it's halftime. I'm gonna say it's halftime.
So I got a quick question for you, right? So you see how it only took me like just one bid to really, like, what do you think is the difference between the people who they get it right the first bid versus people who it takes them multiple bids? Like, how do you
some people probably are just a little more hard-headed than others, and some people have, like, my thing was, I really just thought I was smart, so smart that I could outsmart the cops, just everybody. So instead of using my first bid like a lesson to not do it, I used it as a way to not get caught the second time. Oh nah, I ain't do that right. I was dumb when I did that. You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. So that was me, and I think some people really don't have no choice. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that's all they know. And you know, I was blessed with a good support system that when I came home the first time, I really didn't have to do none of that stuff. But I was young. I was 26 when I came home, and I'm saying I didn't learn. I didn't learn anything. I just didn't take advantage of that time. I'm saying I was with a bunch of young guys that was getting a little 2-3 years, and all they talked about was going back out to sell drugs or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And I read a lot of hood books too. I ain't knocking hood books, but I read a lot of hood books. Hood books give you inspiration that you could go do it again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's what you digest too, like while you're there, how you handle your time too. You know what I'm saying? So.
Did you read the Truth of the Game series?
Yeah, I read that. I read that. What you think caused you to only do one bid and was like, that's enough?
So it's crazy because that same question I asked you is what I used to ask myself. Mm-hmm. And then I would think, I'm like, because when I really think about it, I feel like it's what the kids experience when they're young. Like, I remember going to Morocco when I was 13. You know what I mean? Like, just traveling. And, like, really, because the more you travel, the more you get to learn about different things. Uh-huh. The more you get to see different things. So, I feel like the reason why I learned, because, like, when I was locked up, I'm like, nah, this shit is not it. Yeah. This fucking compound. You know what I mean? And
You was upstate. You was in a whole another state then.
Yeah, I was locked up close to Canada.
Yeah.
I was about 8 hours away from home, so I would only get visits during the summertime. You know, and just thinking about like, damn, my people got to drive 8 hours because of some shit I did.
Word.
You know what I mean? You just start thinking like, yo, I'm a fucking bill. Like, and when you out here working and you know how bills is, you start thinking like, yo, I'm gonna build the people out there. So that's why I told my people like, yo, I don't want you, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't even like do that. Like the chick I was with at the time, I told her like, yo, you don't gotta come up here like this every once in a while, write me, cause I know how it is.
Yeah.
But you know, like if you got family that really care about you, they still gonna do the complete opposite, cause they wanna help take care of you. But yeah, plus I'm like, man, I gotta, like back then my son was only 3 years old, so I felt like for me that was enough for me to say, man, I can't come back in this shit. You know what I mean? So
I got a question to ask you, right? Do you think like being locked up, being what they say institutionalized, do you think that affected like short-term or long-term like ways?
For me?
Yeah,
that's I mean, it was short-term for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I first went on a date to Hoboken, right? And you know, like when you incarcerated, like how we spoke about earlier, like when you locked up, you learn about boundaries and space and shit like that. So when I came home, I was still under that jail shit. So you know, in Hoboken, people just walking, doing them. It's like how the Spanish dude, he just walked up and just reached for the, like, they don't think, let me get this guy a certain amount of space. So when I was in Hoboken, people just walking, brushing past my shoulder, and the chick I'm with, I'm like, what the fuck? But to her, she don't
you
know.
extra to her.
Yeah, it's like she used to call me rigid. She like, yo, you man stern, you man strict, like you to this. But you know, and you know, that's how it was. That was like the number one thing that stayed with me. You know what I mean? But it was only short term. Because once I came out and I realized, like, yo, I gotta put myself in other people's shoes. You know what I mean? They may not have been in a position where space is a serious thing. I mean, regardless if you've been in prison or not, you still should want that space. But some people, they don't mentally think like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So me thinking how they think, that kind of helped me kind of come up out of that shit.
That's a good way to go about, staying out of problems. But for me, I think it's more long term, because I did my last bid was actually 10 years. I did like 9 years. Actually, I did 8.5 behind the wall, and I went to the halfway house for about 3 months, 2.5 months. I got sent back, but I still see like institutional way. My first bid, I'm still institutionalized for my first bid, because when I went in for my second bid, dudes I was locked up with was telling me I was institutionalized. But it affected me in a way, like with relationships, with communicating with people, with like you said, boundaries. Because in the federal prison, it's all about respect, and the first time somebody jump out of line is you got to correct it. So I'm not used to people crossing in front of me or going up the steps when I'm coming down the steps, and you know what I'm saying, so like it made me more of like an isolated person, because like right now I got my apartment that's like the best time in my life. Like the best time I'm having is when I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like socially awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of affected a lot of things mentally. I'm not gonna say too much physically, because it kind of helped me physically, but mentally, socially, you know what I'm saying, it affected me, because I'm like you said. She said you are. I'm kind of stern. Even like with females, every female say I'm too harsh. I talk too hard. I talk too. You know what I'm saying? And even my humor is like, that was a joke. You know what I'm saying? So, in order to get, because you got to think, like, in order to get institutionalized, you got to be doing something as a routine for a long time. A long time, like.
So question. So, like, do it make you uncomfortable to be in like environments where there's like a whole lot of people?
Yeah and no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna just say yeah. Okay, we being honest. I'm gonna say yeah, cause I just was at a function last week with our mother. I know we brothers with our mother, and it was a repast, right? But we was serving food there, and I was so like out of my body, like uncomfortable, because I gotta deal with people. I gotta deal with these people, and I know how to be one way. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be one way dealing with a bunch of different personalities. But I just was uncomfortable because I'm not used to a lot of people looking at me at one time. You walking up and down the little aisle, and everybody just, when they do that, I look down. You know what I'm saying? It builds like a super self-awareness. Like, damn, you start thinking like, damn, why they looking? What, like, you know what I'm saying? So it fucks up your eye contact, because the only time I'm showing eye contact is when I'm being aggressive. And that's from prison. You gotta look niggas in their eyes, and I'm saying, but yeah, like when I'm around people, yeah, I'm not 100% comfortable.
So another question I got. So, do you feel like from being institutionalized, you need therapy, or like, do you feel like people could slowly work their way out of being like that?
Be honest, I don't feel like it's a therapy for that. The only person that could help you with that is somebody who's been locked up, who done transitioned. And then they could, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They could, but still in all, it's something that you gotta slowly work your way back into being comfortable with. You feel me? I don't think that it's something that like therapy could help, unless you were just already messed up before you went in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But it's just something that you gotta slowly get back used to, and get, because it's a program that you're so used to that make you feel uncomfortable, that this ain't the program that you're used to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This ain't, it still feel like just being able to go to the refrigerator and make something to eat, or
man, you still what, no, finish your sentence.
To go on a date for me? Oh man, that's like man.
Like, do you still take pictures of your food?
Yeah, no, I do that, but I was doing it for a different purpose. But cause I cook, you know what I'm saying, and I was trying to dive into like another hustle, you know what I'm saying. But
when I first came home, I was like just so happy that I was able to get different foods, and just like you said, just being able to go in a refrigerator, or like being able to take showers longer than the ones that you used to take it from when you was locked up. Yeah. To me, that was like a wow factor.
One of the most surrealist things that be happening to me every day, when I get home and put my key in the door and unlock it, yeah, and go up and go to my, that shit be surreal to me every day. Every day I take my keys out and I hear them shake, and then I automatically be reminded like I'm about to go to my spot. It's my shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that shit is still surreal to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And another time you hear keys, you gotta wait for somebody to come bust the door open for you.
Yo, it was crazy, because I came home in 2012, and just like how you said, you still get that Like every once in a while, I still will get those moments. Like, damn, it feels good to be out. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's.
Yeah. I was talking to a female the other day, and I start hearing a lighter strike. So I'm like, what, you about to smoke? She like, yeah, how you know that? I made a joke. I said I put my jail ears on because you could hear everything. You get used to all the sounds. You know, I know when somebody's walking down the steps. I could tell what flight of steps they is in my house. I could tell if they're on the first flight or the second flight. I could tell when the bathroom door closed.
Damn.
But I'm also that what jail did for me too is brought like mad awareness.
Yeah.
But sometimes I can be looked at as paranoia because somebody look at you too long. Yeah, you're supposed to be on point, but sometimes the paranoia roll in when you keep, yo, why this nigga looking at me? Yo, what's up with this? Yo, the whole time he ain't thinking nothing about you know what I'm saying? You probably remind him of somebody, you know what I'm saying? But I've been home now about 15 months. Let me see, November, December, January, February. 15 months exactly. And I'm still like finding myself doing little things that, so yeah, it's a process. Do I think I need therapy? No, I don't think I need therapy because I'm aware that I'm institutionalized and that I have to shake some of these things, some of these traits, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't feel like therapy is needed.
So what do you think is the best thing that you learned from prison? Like something that you still do? You know what I mean?
Structure. That's what a lot of it, like in this society, I feel like a lot of young guys is missing structure. Structure, like discipline. You know what I'm saying? Structure is the basis for like everything. Structure is what keeps you working out, keep you aware of your health, keep you, like I said, your awareness, keep you on point. You know what I'm saying? Structure. A structure is exactly what it is. It's like structure. It's a built thing.
Yeah.
It's something you build. You know what I'm saying? You build it up. Now you could build up that structure for resistance, or you could build it up to grow. You know what I'm saying? Use it as like stepping stones. You know what I'm saying? But structure and respect. Respect.
Yeah.
People be looking at me like I'm disrespectful because I deal with respect so much. When you don't give it to me, I'm like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
And they said that's blunt. They like, yo, why, yo, dude, bugging like. But I'm on respect.
Yeah,
if we in a shopping, if we in Walmart and I got my cart and you see me coming to the intersection and I'm beating you there first, it's my way. If you beat, it's your way. Don't try to keep pushing and like about respect. If you see it's a little bit of space, don't try to squeeze past me. You know what I'm saying? Say pardon me, say excuse me, my fault, you know what I'm saying? I had when we was in the warehouse earlier, I had bumped this dude, right? But we was kind of like coming at the same time. I bumped him and I got like 20 yards ahead and turned back and was like, yo, my bad, yo. Because
you thought about it?
I thought about it. I'm like, yo, that was just kind of like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want him to take you know what I'm saying, take that wrongly, you feel me? So I'm just aware of that, like respect.
Like, did he hear you or like?
Yeah. Well, he looked right at me and he was like, I'm like, yo, damn, my bad, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was speeding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But respect and structure, discipline. The discipline, I had a girl that told me that I don't have discipline. She said I was forced discipline. Because I was saying something like, yo, look, right? Let's just take like a little 2-week break, you know what I'm saying? And just start back over. She was like, I don't trust you. You don't got discipline enough to not deal with nobody else. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't got discipline? I just did 10 years without no sex, without. She was like, but that was by force. I'm saying, but it's still developed discipline.
Exactly.
I know what it feel like to go without. I'm not thirsty for it. I know how to just, you know what I'm saying? So those, what else? I was about to, reflection too. Like,
yeah.
You got a lot of time to reflect. So I think a lot. I think a whole lot. And that develops self-awareness. When you reflect, it develops self-awareness. So those things right there, are what I feel like I gained the most from this bid anyway. My first bid was just a play camp. Man. I'm around a bunch of young guys who ain't nobody older than 25. You know what I'm saying? We just running around, and this when gang stuff was heavy. Around 2002, 2003, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was what I got this big.
So it seemed like this generation, the number one thing that they don't have is respect. It's like the respect level is different. I remember when you seen an old person that needed help with their groceries, and it was an automatic thing to help them out.
They laughing now, like look at old head struggling with that. Look at
nowadays they'll pull out their phone and they will record her struggling, needing help, and laughing about it, and try to turn it into a meme before they will help her. Like, do you think there's a chance of this next generation coming up having a type of respect that you feel like we had when we was coming up?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this, right? I blame a lot of that shit on the music, right? Because the music is teaching people to say, fuck this nigga, fuck this nigga. They talking about dead people now. They talking about dead people now. So they take that disrespect, and then once it's in you, it just transfer all out to everything else. They don't care about nothing, because if you don't care about a deceased person, what make you think you're gonna care about anybody living? And that's something that everybody's saying now. On the dead, on the gang, on the dead. A lot of these people, they ain't even in no gangs, and they ain't even witness nobody get murdered, but they putting that out there on the gang, and then another person might be like, on the dead. Another person be like, man, fuck the dead. You know what I'm saying? So they harbored that disrespect, and it just came out to now everybody. Now it's tough to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It seemed like whoever could be the most disrespectful is the littest. Like that's completely backwards. That's completely backwards, man.
That's crazy.
And what do you think about?
Well, hold on, I want to finish. But do the next generation? Only how I feel like the next generation will have respect. Now, it's a few ways. You could do old school. You could have the old head start stepping up to these young niggas like, listen, you know what I'm saying? I'll whip your ass. But you can't even do that now because they pulling out guns and, you know what I'm saying?
Like that?
Yeah, it's either they start getting their ass whooped, or what's going to change it is self-respect and them knowing they worth. Now, I feel like a lot of people don't know they worth. When they don't know they worth, they don't know nobody else's worth. So that's when we come in part. We come in play. These programs, everybody got motivational programs and stuff like that. You need to have self-worth programs, and for people understanding self-worth of human life, and you know what I'm saying, the cause of your reactions. It don't hurt until it happens to you. You know what I'm saying? We have programs like Scared Straight coming up, and different. I remember they had on Maury. I think it was Maury.
Yeah.
When the kids were disrespecting their kids, and then they but the kids were disrespecting their moms and stuff like that, and he'll make them up in a coffin and stuff like that, and then let them see their parents in a coffin. Stuff like that. When they hit home, by that time you want your family and stuff to see the change. I mean, at first you're doing it for yourself, but by the time they gone, now you want to change while they here. Change. It ain't nothing. The hardest gangsters I know, I just been in the feds. I just did 10 years in the feds. The hardest gangsters that I know are the most humblest, most respectful dudes in the world. And the young dudes come down there thinking that's a sign of weakness. And it's sorry to say, that's why they stopped sending a lot of young dudes to the pen. Because they come there wild with this disrespect, and then the dude in 100 years butcher them. Now they got to get buried in one of these cemeteries that the prison hold, or, you know what I'm saying, because they ain't got no respect. They take humbleness for weakness, but all actually humbleness is a strategy, man. Being humble is thinking for the next person, man.
What do you think about these videos that be going viral now of dudes that be incarcerated, showing off all their knives and just flexing on the niggas that they got in their cell that be doing all they cleaning for them and shit, and like just glorifying that shit?
These dudes, I feel like, is ignorant, right? Because for one, you letting everybody know that you carry a weapon. Now, whether you doing it, we call that pump faking. You doing that just to get people not to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they young and ignorant for real, because, and that just show like where they mind state at, like what they gonna do when they go home. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's a part of, don't get me wrong, that's a part of jail life. Not glorifying it, because like I said, in the feds, it's fighting in the feds, but it's a lot of knife play. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like a person just don't value their life that glorify stuff like that, because for one, he ain't trying to fight. He trying to kill somebody or pump fake like he trying to kill you just to keep you up off his ass. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the old days when dudes was putting tissue on their hands and boxing it out? You know what I'm saying? Or going in the room, two people, boxing it out, and best man wins. Don't nobody know what happened in that cell. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You hold that shit down.
The jails is like the streets. The streets, they play with guns and ain't talking about fighting. Same thing in jail. I'm gonna say state jail anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's corny to me. You supposed to want to move in silence. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the gangsters moving silence code? Or everybody want people to think or know that they gangsters. Dude used to say this to me. He used to be like, "What's up, gangster?" I'd be like, "Yo, I'm regular Eve. I'm regular Eve, yo."
But why like was that just his term, or that's how he would salute people, or why would he call?
That was how he saluted you, or even if somebody be like, "Big bro, regular Eve, yo, regular Eve." You know what I'm saying? Because for one, I don't know too many gangsters that's on the street alive. I don't know too many. They either in jail. Kid said it. You know what I'm saying? They either dead or in jail, man. The feds, they built, ain't no sense of being gangster no more. If you know how to defend yourself, that's cool enough, man. Why is it to the point where everybody gotta know I know how to fight, or know I will kill this person? Alright, so when some murders happen, who the first person they come to look for? Then you talk about somebody told on you. Somebody told on you. You clearly said this what you do to somebody. You start beefing with this person, he end up missing. Of course they gonna come looking for you. Nobody tell on you.
Yeah, man. But
that's like super corny to me. I seen niggas that call themselves gangsters, rah rah rah, loud 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 loud. got into it with somebody, nigga can't whisper in his ear, yo, come in the room. You don't know what he said at the time, but you just seen the dude's face like, and did something like this, like, man. Come to find out, dude whispered in his ear like, yo, you talk your last shit, let's go in the room, just me and you. Dude turned around and told him, man, that shit ain't even that serious, man. Cause you was putting on. That's another thing too. People put on for the crowd, man. People put on for the crowd. They want to go viral. And I professed that into my working out. I know he said,
you like 3 more minutes though? Like
yeah, my brother told y'all, I'm saying he a personal bodybuilder, certified trainer. I also took the motivation from him and became a personal trainer and nutritionist. I haven't yet put in the nutrition part to work yet, but yeah, you just sometimes you gotta redirect your energies, and it's easy to do positive, man, because people are living testimonies of it. Bro, right here, this is my little brother. He motivated me to do a lot of stuff, man. To do a lot of stuff. That's why I call him my little big bro.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I gotta use the bathroom. I've been holding this joint for a minute. I'm like probably 10 minutes away from the warehouse. But I gotta go.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. While he out there, to the younger guys, to the younger generation, it's a whole lot of life to live. It's sad that they say the statistics of people that's dying is from like 15 to 21. I think it's younger than that. 15 to like 18, 19, something like that. Them all the people that's dying right now, man. All the people that's dying, man. And don't you know that if you was this gangster dude or whatever, they only gonna talk about you but so long. They only gonna talk about you and then they gonna forget about it on to the next gangster, on to the next killer. You know what I'm saying? Try to find some faith. Try to find some religion. That's it. Try to find some religion, man. Higher power. For the purpose, man. Because all this just ain't happening for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm the trendy one.
It's your boy Beneficial, man. We checking out.
We out, man.
Stay tuned.
Brothers Progress podcast, man.
Let's get it.
We out.